Hey everybody, welcome to the Holiday Catalog card class. I'm so excited to have you stamp with us today. If you ordered a pre-cut cardstock packet, here is your packet. You're going to open this up and pull everything out in one pile like this. Keep everything in order because that's the order we're going to work on our projects. If you ordered that, you also received the goodie bag, and here's what's in the goodie bag. You've got 3 rolls of ribbon, black, red, and green. You've got a half a package of rhinestones, a half a package of other rhinestones, a third package of these little stars, and then you've got a quarter package of Halloween paper, Christmas paper, and fall paper, and plaid paper. So you've got all kinds of fabulousness in here. And then we're focusing on 3 main stamp sets. We've got the Spooktacular Bash bundle, the Perfectly Plaid bundle, which of course has the coordinating tree punch, and then the Twal Christmas bundle. Now, if you don't have these, you can certainly make your projects without, and I will offer up suggestions along the way. If you have questions about that, of course, you can let me know. I'm happy to help. And we're going to dive right in. Now, the first 2 pieces you've got on your pile are going to be for scrap. This is for stamping on, and you'll use this throughout the class. And our first card is going to be with the Twal Tidings. And so we're going to start. And the first card, we're going to emboss the very vanilla panel with an embossing folder of your choice. I am going to use actually, I'll show you the sample. I'm going to use the Scripty embossing folder. Okay, so I'll emboss that. Actually, I'll emboss it in a minute, but I'll do my stamping first. So let me show you how to stamp this. We're going to use that beautiful cardinal image. So we'll start by inking this up in real red ink. And then I've got kind of a cool tip for you on this. We also need to color in his face in black. So bear with me, but I'm just going to wipe off that red ink. I didn't do it completely, but I did get some of the ink off. I know I sacrificed my finger. And then I'm just going to color that in with the marker before I stamp. Okay, and then when you do that, beak and all, it'll look, I like to huff it. It's just like from experience. Okay, so there we go. So you can see his face is nice and colored in, and then I'll go and die cut this with my framelit. I'll be right back. All right, now that you've got this embossed, let's put the rest of our card together. I guess that's die cut, but I did emboss my panel, although I think I left it by my Big Shot. So let me turn around and grab it. I sure did. Okay, so I've folded my garden green card, and then I have embossed this with the Scripty embossing folder. You could also do the lovely leaves, or the subtle embossing folder would be really nice. So any of those are great options. I'll adhere this, and then I also cut for myself a 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 inch piece of printed paper from my bundle or my goodie bag. And you'll notice that the patterns are green on one side and red on the other. So that's kind of fun. We'll go ahead and glue that down. Now, all the dimensions for this are, of course, in your directions. Okay. Now you also have a nested stitched label. And I'm going to take and just slice off the top of this like so. Okay. And then we'll adhere it to our card like this. And then add our sentiment. And the sentiment, of course, is right out of the stamp set. Of course, you can change it up and add a different sentiment if you'd like. It's all up to you. Now, one thing, if you don't have the stamp set, there's lots of alternatives that you could do in place of this. For instance, I think the tree Perfectly Plaid bundle would be perfect for this. You could just pop up a little tree right here instead of the cardinal. Or you could do a couple of ornaments hanging down. You could do a Christmas tree from a different Christmas set, you know, not necessarily the Perfectly Plaid one. So lots of different options. There's what I would recommend is just something. Yeah, it's like, I know it's got to be over a little ways. And by the way, I meant to do his feet black as well, because you can see they're done over here. Okay, now I'm also going to take and stamp in Soft Suede the sentiment, "For you with love." Just so nice. And then to embellish this, I'm going to take and add some of my red ribbon. I have an open spool that I will start with, and I'm just going to tie a little knot for this. So nothing fancy. This would be a great card to do in bulk because it's pretty simple. Not too many steps. A few, but not too many. Okay. And then I'll just glue dot this right to our card. Like so. And I'll probably put that below his head. And there you go. Isn't that nice? I love that printed paper. The other thing, by the way, you could do is just a larger Christmas sentiment here. If you didn't have one of those other images that I mentioned, that would be really nice as well.